Okay, yeah, that's an interesting story. Um, yeah, it yeah, it's funny in kind of a mean way, and I'm not usually a mean guy, and I struggled whether or not I should put this out there for public consumption. But part of doing this is showing my kids down the road and everybody else out there who I am. And this is something I did do. I'm not necessarily proud of it. It was maybe not my best moment, but at the time, I thought it was a thing I should do. Anyway, so let's just get right into the story. So years ago, we're talking probably '03 or '04. I'm working at a gym called New Bodies Fitness. New Bodies is a big box gym, and this guy, I can't even recall his name now. He had booked in to see me, and I was busy. Like as a trainer, I was good and busy. So new names would come up. People would want to see me. I had like a 3 or 4 week wait to see me. I was busy. So this guy had booked in, and he booked in like maybe 2 or 3 appointments. I think he had 5 sessions or something. And the first appointment didn't show. Nothing. No, just no showed me. And that's frustrating because I don't like that. And then the second appointment, he no showed me again. And I was like, in between the first and the second, I called and I left a message for him. I was like, "Hi, it's Devin from New Bodies. I just let you know you missed your session. I don't want you to lose your sessions. So you got to let me know what's going on." He didn't call me. So the second one, he no shows me again. And at this point, I'm feeling kind of bad because I don't like to charge people for sessions, especially in the situation where it's not, he just booked. I don't even know him. Like it felt weird. It felt wrong. So I call again, and this is a while ago. I didn't even have the guy's email address. We're talking '04, right, or '03, and I leave a message. I was like, "Hi, it's Devin from New Bodies. You booked in with me, and I haven't seen you. This is the second time around. You're losing these sessions, dude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the other 3 sessions. I'm just going to delete them out of my schedule. Give me a call, and whenever you want to come in, we'll book those. But I don't like the fact that you've missed 2 of them. I feel badly because I'm charging you for them. And going forward, I don't want you to maybe lose 2 or 3 of them or something stupid like that. So give me a holler." All right. I don't think about it again. I take him out. I put somebody else in, like a client that wants to get in with me, and I go for it. Next week rolls around, and I'm with a client. I'm in the personal training room, and it's like 10 after, whatever, 5, 6, something like that. And one of the ladies from the front desk comes in, and she's like, "Oh, your client's here." And I'm like, "Who?" And she said whatever the guy's name was. Might have been like Anthony or something. Anyway, I said, "What? He's here? I called him." So I excused myself from my client. I'm like, "I'm really sorry. Just give me 2 minutes." And I go out, and there he is. He's standing there. He seems like a nice enough guy. He's a middle-aged man, a little heavy, wearing glasses. And I said, "Look, I called you. Did you get my message?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got your messages." And I was like, "Okay, you got to call me back because I didn't want you to lose these." He said, "Well, I came in because on the off chance that you might not be busy." And I said, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. I booked somebody else in that time. I didn't, no disrespect, man. I just didn't want you to lose your sessions." And he's like, "No, man, I really appreciate it. Like, you're looking out for me. That's a nice thing to do." And I'm like, "Look, I have to go. I don't have time to rebook you right now. I can't, set you up in there. But the ladies here at the desk will be happy to help. They will find a time in the next week or so. If they can't find a time, I'll find a time for you. Don't worry." But, because I was busy, right? And I thought, "Oh, shoot, if I had," and I said to them, "Look, if there's any cancellations, and he can fit it, let's do that." So that was all fine and good. And I go back in with my client, and I finish my hour with my client. And I come back out, and it's like there's this craziness happening at the front desk. Like, one of the women is crying, and the other one is in the bathroom, and my manager's really angry, and I'm like, "What the hell just happened?" Because, I've just been in here, right? I was just there, 45, 50 minutes ago, and everything seemed fine. And they're like, basically, my manager's like, "That guy's a jackass." Like, he started yelling at the front desk staff. He's telling them they're in a, unprofessional and how dare they run a gym this way. And I was like, my client? Because he was super respectful and nice to me. And they're like, yeah, he was a complete ass. And she's like, I've had it. I'm going to just refund him his money. And I'm like, hold up. He actually did all this. And they're like, Devin, yes, he did it all. Like, what's wrong with you? And I said, you know what? My manager was like, all in, canceling his sessions, refund his money, get him out of here. And I'm like, no. Let me handle this. I would prefer to handle this. And I still remember, she's like, are you sure you want to do it? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I want to do this. And I said to the ladies at the desk, I will make sure that he pays for what he did for that. Because what he did there, that's bullshit. That's misogynistic, just being a dick. And I'm going to make sure that he learns a lesson from this. And they're like, Devin, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, no. This is my, I left you with this guy. I had no idea, but I left you with this dude. He did all this stuff. I'm going to make this right. So a week goes by roughly, and he comes in for his next session. And he's a middle-aged guy, right? He's in his late 40s, mid 50s. He's not very fit. And I had concocted a plan. And I was like, I have 3 sessions with this guy. I am going to teach him a lesson in those 3 sessions that he will never, ever forget. And I'm going to do it while sugar wouldn't melt in my mouth. I'm going to be the nicest, kindest guy, pardon me, the nicest, kindest guy ever. And I'm also going to abuse him. Because he abused them, and if he thinks he can do that, I'm going to get him back. So we start this first session, and I work my way into it. Like, I'm not, attempting to kill him right off the gun, but within 25, 30 minutes, he's pretty destroyed. And I mean really destroyed. Like, we're doing lunges and leg presses, and I'm just pounding down on him. And about 35 minutes in, he's like, I'm not feeling too good. Goes in the bathroom, says... So I follow him to the bathroom, right? I'm like, you all right? You good? And he's like, oh, I feel pretty sick to my stomach. I think I might throw up. And I'm like, look, if you feel like you're going to throw up, just throw up. Get it over with. It's sometimes better to just get done. He throws up. He's like, I got to tap out, dude. I can't do this. I was like, do you feel better? He goes, yeah. I'm like, well, I feel like you have some more in you. Like, if you want to continue, I can go. And he's like, yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's do it. So we finished the hour. And I have beaten him down. I was, I towed the line of abuse real tight. So he leaves and I shake his hand. I'm like, listen, great workout, dude. And I give him this, I give the guy this. He worked his ass off. So he leaves, he comes back the next week and he's like, I missed 2 days of work because I was so sore. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't function. And I was like, man, well, that sucks. But you know what? You got to move, right? If you just sit around, it gets worse. He's like, oh, I didn't think of that. I'm like, look, the first workout is always the worst, right? That's the worst one. The next, it's not going to get any worse. Have you been doing anything in the interim? He's like, well, I missed those 2 days of work and I've been walking now. I do feel a lot better. I'm like, okay, let's go. Second workout, I went at him harder. way harder. And you know what? Sugar still would not melt in my mouth. But I was just pounding down. And the funny part was the front desk staff were like coming out around the corner, like staring down, looking as if to say, what is... The other traders were like coming around the corner to watch what I was doing. My manager kept coming over and looking at me like, and she's giving me the look like, are you sure you know what you're doing here? And I just keep waving them off like, nah, it's all good. I got it. And the second workout, if the first workout was, 75% of what I would give to an athlete, the next workout's about 90. Like I went at him. And he's wrecked again, just smashed. But I'm encouraging him the whole time, and every time he says he can't do anymore, I'm like, I feel like you got more in you, but it's up to you. Like, if you, so he leaves that one, comes back the next week. And I was impressed that he came back. Because I got to say, after those 2 workouts, I was like, I said to the front desk staff, I came up and they're like, I can't believe what you did to that guy. That is just awful. I mean, we're talking lunges and jumps and leg press, and he's doing push-ups till basically till he can't, and all this stuff. And I said, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. I think I've taught him a lesson. And lo and behold, the next week he shows back up and he says, Devin, I missed 3 days of work now. I have lost 5 vacation days because of this. I can't even believe it. And I'm like, wow, I would not have thought, like, you did so well. Like, you did so well. And he says, all right, well, you know what? I do feel better. It took me like those 3 days to recover, but I'm feeling good now. I'm ready to go. You ready to go? I'm like, dude, I was born ready. So we go at it, and the last day, I'm just pounding. I mean, we went at it. Like, it was the hardest workout probably I've ever given anybody. And again, the other traders coming around the corner looking, the other staff are looking, going, my manager again, because she's at this point, she's a little concerned that I've just taken it way too far. And he does the whole workout, and I mean, he's smashed at the end of that workout. And he's sitting on the floor, and I still remember the look in his face. He said, you know what? That was amazing. I can't believe I did all that. And personally, I was sitting there thinking, shit, I agree with you. That was crazy hard. And he said to me, you know what? I'm amazed what you coaxed out of me. I didn't think I had any of that in me. I wouldn't have thought at 20 I could have done that. I'm like, well, listen, dude, you know, I was at this point, I'm starting to feel bad. You know what I mean? Because the guy now is like feeling happy and impressed of the amount of all the work he did. And I was trying to beat him down and teach him a lesson from acting like a jackass to the front desk staff. And now I have inspired him. And, you know, anyway, at this point, you know, I have all these mixed emotions because I have the mixed emotions of, you know, you're a jerk and I'm going to teach you a lesson, along with the emotion of, well, shoot, I guess I did a good job. Yeah. So, and I'm kind of proud of him, but at the same time, it was very weird. So, anyway, he leaves and he calls me the next week and, he says, you know what? I signed up for a full-on membership. You completely inspired me. I feel like you changed my life. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive. I'm amazed that we actually got to that point. So, that's my abusing client story. Not proud of it, but that did happen.